You do not want to start reading my book. You do not want to begin reading Disabilities Make Strong People until you learn what I'm about to teach you, right here and right now. Give me just a couple minutes of your time and I'll share it with you. After 12 years and many days of grief, tears, and despair, I had found the answer to my long unanswered prayers. A couple across the table had been invited for a coffee. As painters, they knew their stuff, and when he told me the price, I nearly spit out my coffee all over him. We owned a 1,200 square foot starter home. We both worked, so price was not the big problem. And $2,400 to paint walls was high, and a little surprising to say the least. It was how much they would earn in such a short time that I knew this was it. He said he and his wife would take 3 to 4 days to complete that. My mind whirled. I had been searching for a long time for a career or a job, I don't even know what, that could accommodate my brain injury and mental health issues. I knew it immediately as soon as I saw it. A high risk, high reward, variable scheduled, project by project based task. As it turns out, a trade in the construction industry, something I had never considered before in my life. There are three most critical components that most people overlook after reading my book. Before I get into it, I need to tell you what has prompted me to even share this with you in the first place. Disabilities Make Strong People is a book of hope for you. It is 237 pages of social contract renewal. It's so important because nobody has ever done this before. AI said that after reviewing the meat of our program, the R72 kit is a bold, community-driven initiative to a real problem, crushing debt that traps people for decades. I was so impressed with AI that I included a whole chapter in my book about them. AI encouraged me for what may have been the first time in decades. If you want to discuss a failure in mental health care, start there. AI seem to care what happens to us, which leads me to why I am sharing this with you. The number one request I get from people is, do I offer a course? A course without bias that teaches and encourages just like AI. It discusses the experience from a trailblazer for people just like us. One that clarifies the complex concepts I teach in my book in a step-by-step practical way, using in-depth and concise ideas that are organized linearly. For a long time, I did not offer such a thing because extracting the most critical concepts in a 237-page Thriver experience book and producing high-quality, step-by-step practical videos of each concept would be an enormous undertaking. However, after extensive consultation with my spouse and praying again, we slowly began the undertaking of this intense project. Our goal was to extract the most critical concepts from my Disabilities Make Strong People book and then create detailed, high-quality videos that specifically show how to implement each concept in practice. Each video is exhaustively produced and also condensed down to its most essential elements. This will save you hundreds, if not thousands, of hours. As you learn the process of becoming strong, I have crafted productions such that if you have just 5 minutes a day, you will have an expert level understanding of being disabled and running a 20 client per year small painting business before your book even arrives on your doorstep. Here's why this is vital. You are about to tackle a revolutionary social contract renewal 237-page book. It's a deep book. It will challenge you. It's concise, professional, and hard-hitting. If you attempt to read it without a proper understanding of the workflow processes that I teach, then I all but guarantee you won't even finish my book. And even if you do finish it, you will not get as much out of the book as you could have. This is what pushed me over the edge. It's why I finally decided to undertake this much needed project. It is called Paint to Safety Academy. It contains 36 of the most critical concepts you'll learn in my book. Each of these 36 concepts are taught via in-depth, step-by-step videos and backed up by live Zoom calls. We also decided to package it with a robust coil-bound package of easy guides that will be shipped directly to your door. In 2 minutes, I'm going to teach you 3 of these critical concepts, which I am 100% confident will prevent you from wasting hours building your strength to have it wasted away by your disability. I'm going to try my best to teach these concepts here. However, if you want detailed video walkthroughs, as well as an in-depth textbook of easy guides to follow along, then you'll have to wait for Paint to Safety Academy. You see, the videos contained in Paint to Safety Academy are comprehensively packaged and they cut straight to the point. There's no fluff. In brief, Paint to Safety Academy guarantees your success. After completing the course, you will have an expert's level of the Disabilities Make Strong People book. You will know how to read and approach my Disabilities Make Strong People book. And for that matter, you will have a fluent understanding of how to focus and choose what You need to get out of every project effectively and price it for top dollar from any project you ever do in your life while looking after yourself too. I realize this is a bold claim, but I stand by it 100%. After you watch the 36 training videos in Paint to Safety Academy, and after you follow the detailed instructions outlined in the textbook, you will have an intricate understanding and a definitive grasp of the most critical concepts most people overlook. Which brings me to the 3 critical concepts that I'd like to share with you now. First is the concept of finding work. Sourcing work is a concept many gloss over and separate from the trade. As a result, they miss what is one of the most important concepts involved in painting. You see, if you cannot sell yourself, most people think that it's all about rolling paint on walls, and that is all you need. That is, most people think the most important skill is to figure out how to paint without drips, and then cash appears in your hand. However, that is not the most important process. It's not about how neatly you paint. The most important thing to figure out is how to find work at will that you want to do. This is one thing so many people miss. Even after reading my Disabilities Make Strong People book, here's the second critical concept. It all revolves around your wants. You see, most painters think the business revolves around the following process. You bring paint into the house, then your tools, you paint, pack up, and leave. However, this is not the process at all. The reality is, the most important step that you must take, even before brushing one single stroke, is to figure out if you are healthy enough to even work. Otherwise, you'll get in halfway and waste your time. Why? Because the most powerful part of running a 20 client per year paint company revolves around the ability to choose. In other words, take the ones you want and don't take the ones you don't want. This will totally increase your personal self-respect and total enjoyment by setting safe boundaries. This brings us to the third critical concept. The third critical component revolves around knowing more. You see, one of the biggest hang-ups with painting is that everyone tries for perfection and people-pleasing of clients, bosses, spouses, or whomever. You see, I personally only need to make myself happy and satisfied based on my capacity each day. When you do the same job 2 times and you get 2 different reactions because people are involved and different as well, you learn quickly to follow our process. You do the job well every time and not let the different moods of people upset you. If I say I gave it my all, I did, and then some. However, everyone seems to miss the point. I'm ill. I wasn't even supposed to be here. Anything I do is not a given. If I do, it is a bonus. I do this by taking one day at a time and enjoying my day. I do this by planning and understanding the needs of those around me, including clients, and before I take on a project, I ask, can I do this well enough to get paid and make me happy? For instance, brushing and rolling is now easy. However, this is but one task of a long list of skills. In fact, there are so many skills to learn it would overwhelm you. You don't need to know all of them at once. You need to understand processes and meaning. You can and will do whatever you want anyway, but if you have some fundamental framework, the options are endless. It transforms into living in a world of opportunity instead of lack. However, what most people fail to do is even create top-level first principles to guide them in the first place. This is what all painters from journeymen to newbies do, and of course, they fail miserably in either coping well, doing their job well, or repaying debts. Anyway, these are but 3 of the 36 critical concepts you'll learn in Paint to Safety Academy. And you'll learn it not only conceptually, which is what my book covers, but pragmatically via real-life video walkthroughs, which is what Paint to Safety Academy and my book covers. These videos are essential to your success, and here's why. If you misunderstand any of the 36 critical concepts, you will end up spinning your wheels again. You will either make irreparable mistakes like overpaying for education and never getting a job in your field, or working low-paying dead-end jobs that go nowhere, or worse, ending up with student loans and in a dead-end job. And even more devastatingly, it will lead you to do what you probably have done up till now. And that is, you'll blame others because you bought someone's Kool-Aid instead of listening to an outlier like me that did it. You'll keep scrolling, blaming boomers, the economy, the government, and because you fail to understand, choose, and sell yourself, you with no skills, I do not want this for you. You are so close to learning and mastering the one knowledge system to rule them all. For brain injury and mental health anyway. And yes, that's a Lord of the Rings reference. And yes, I am also being dead serious. I'm serious in that you are on the cusp of learning a system that will change the course of your life. After you master some painting, you will feel more in control. You will also be sharper than most of the people you talk to. And they will notice it too. Like when we sold the home we worked on, quietly, steadily, and boldly over 10 years for top dollar. And here's the best part. These positive effects will last for the rest of your life. You'll have a system that helps you connect and earn a steady living such that your wealth will compound over time. Before you know it, you'll become a painting, renovating, wealth compounding, selling, money collecting machine. This is my guarantee to you. However, I can only guarantee this if, and only if, you're trained in the 36 most critical concepts of paint to financial and mental safety. That is, I can only guarantee your success if you enroll in Paint to Safety Academy. Otherwise, you're on your own. Look, I'm rooting for you. You may end up like the unfortunate others, lost before you even log on. I do not want this for you. Therefore, I would like to invite you to bet on yourself and go all in on your Paint to Safety journey. And you can do so for free on my dime without ever saying yes. That's right. I am not asking you to pay tuition like colleges ask you to do without offering any reassurance. In fact, I'm not even asking you to say yes. And I'm asking you to say is maybe. That's right. Right here, right now, on my dime, for free. The normal tuition of Paint to Safety Academy is $1,960. However, on this page, right here, right now, I have decided to drop the tuition cost significantly. This brings the price of admission to significantly less. And like I said, I'm not asking you to say yes. I'm only asking you to say maybe. Here's what I mean. After you complete the course, if you feel like it didn't rapidly upgrade your coping, earning, and feelings of safety, and if you feel like it didn't speed up your progress by at least 6 months, or heck, if you're simply not satisfied with Paint to Safety Academy for any reason whatsoever, then simply ship the easy guides back and you'll get a prompt and courteous refund. No questions asked. Let me say that again. After you complete the course, if you feel like it changed your life and upgraded your mind or sped up your progress of feeling safer by 6 months, or if you are unsatisfied for any reason whatsoever, then simply ship the easy guides back and we will refund right onto your credit card right away. And all I'm asking is for you to say maybe today. Try it out for free on my dime. The risk of this not working out for you is completely removed. There's no downside. Most people can't offer something like this, but I can, because I know for a fact how much this material will change your life. Enroll in Paint to Safety Academy, go through the 36 most critical concepts, and experience firsthand how much it transforms your financial and mental health life. That's all I'm asking. So, the only next logical step is to hit the button below. After you do, you'll be given immediate access to Paint to Safety Academy. You will also be given access to a private community containing students. These people who you can learn from and join video workshops with and network with as you go through Paint to Safety Academy. The button below is your key to guaranteed success with Paint to Safety. Click the button below and enroll in Paint to Safety Academy, and I'll see you there. Peace.